Good morning, everyone. Market opening in a minute 30. Kind of muted reaction out of NVIDIA, and we're seeing some names fall off here. But we did get some interesting news out of Quantum. We have some interesting gap ups on cloud names. We have Goldman Sachs testing like all-time highs. I'm kind of watching this setup on how this reacts this morning. Probably going to be looking to take some Microsoft profits on the open here. What is it, bro? Goldman Sachs, they're really not holding rallies, huh? They're kind of throwing a fit over it, not getting a bigger NVIDIA reaction. I would prefer to see a better reaction out of Microsoft. Tesla, good move here. I'm going to take some profits, actually. Try to take some profits on Tesla after that good move from yesterday. All right, I got 58% on Tesla here from those calls that we bought yesterday, actually. I'm eyeing Microsoft here. I want to see if we can get a continuation. Sharp claws, sharp puppy claws in my side. Goldman Sachs getting a good move here. Enphase getting a really good move here. Potentially. Really wide spreads. Yeah, Enphase getting a really nice move here. Took a partial for 27% on Enphase. We set that up yesterday. Took another partial on Enphase here. Just watching these contracts, but we are getting the breakout confirmation. Kind of securing the wins where we got them. Tesla looks like we might be looking for a roll over the pre-market high. Let me make sure to set an alert here because I'm watching quite a few names off the open. I am watching for some SPY puts actually here. Let's pivot to the 65 minute. It's about to roll over. So we're about to see actually good confluence for downside here. So we want to keep an eye on that one. Girl, you are fine. Sorry, I got a 10-week-old puppy who's being pouty this morning for some reason. Microsoft just kind of back testing the breakout. Premium's coming back a little bit. There was a lot. They went really wide this morning, but now they're up pretty nicely. I'm tempted to take some profits, but I'd like to hold on to these a little bit longer and see how they continue to shape up. I'm gonna set another partial on in phase for 2.6 for those ones we bought yesterday. Try to capture a good amount of this initial move and this pump in the premiums. Microsoft looking pretty good. Got good profits so far this morning. Good profits. I think I'm gonna close my. I had some NVIDIA Lottos. Gotta close those. Tesla over the pre-market high. So I think I'm gonna look to be rolling this one actually. In fact, might be looking to go into next week's. Girl. Okay. Man, there really is just not great confluence. And the way Microsoft's selling off the rumor, I'm just not actually loving how this market is moving, quite honestly. They're trying to flip the 15-minute. We don't have the confirmation from the 10-minute, though. That news is really good. If that news gets confirmed, it is really hard to imagine that we're not going to get a very strong continuation out of Microsoft. Yeah, it's bad. It's gonna be a nice upgrade over 430. I love what Irene's doing here, though. I mean, that's beautiful. I have a big swing position on Irene for August. That's come back beautifully over the past 2 days. So I do love to see that. Haven't chased GS. Kind of watching Tesla here. That's another partial on in phase for about 40%. I'm going to ride the rest pretty hard. Really like how this one's shaping up. Like it a lot. We're getting some nice moves from the market. I'm just a bit suspicious of how some of these names are reacting. It's not really like it's not really what I'd like to be seeing, quite honestly. Wow, they bought that. I bought that for a lot more than I expected, actually. I just took a partial, actually, on my Irene screens, and they came near the ask. As this thing kind of breaks over the pre-market high. Wow, I got 45% on that. Look at that, guys. That's pretty. Whoa, what am I doing? What is going on? Nice 45% there this morning. Wow, they came and took that ask from me, which tells me I'm not selling any more. I'm going to keep holding that. ASTS kind of pulling back here. I'm still not finding these pops very convincing. I'm still kind of holding on to Microsoft. My contracts are staying in the green on Microsoft, despite us coming back to the previous day's highs. I really want to be patient with these calls. Here's actually where I'd be looking to see if we can catch some sort of bounce. Goldman Sachs, 15 minutes setting up. Looks like the 30-minute could get a turn over the high. So definitely worth keeping an eye on that one. Maybe we get a pop over next week's contracts. I don't know. I'd kind of actually be watching for some lottos for tomorrow, right? I think you gotta. Yeah, I'm gonna set up a tiny lotto. Kind of front running the move on Goldman Sachs. I'm gonna enter here as they like widen out the spreads big, because the 15-minute tells me we should get a pop over the pre-market high, and I believe that's the all-time high break. Oh, we're at the all-time high break right now. So let's see if they just get a straight continuation or if they rug it. It's really small position for me. IonQ kind of trying to get this push over the pre-market high. The better setup for IonQ comes in a little bit higher. So I'm kind of watching this 58, 59. SPY isn't giving that breakdown. I feel like we're still in a kind of shaky spot here. GS Lotto already up 20% here. Nice move. I was kind of hoping I'd get more clarification on the market this morning that would tell me of how I wanna what I want to do with like my SPY hedges, but just with the way the greater market is acting, no shot I peel off hedges quite yet. In fact, I still think SPY puts are kind of a top watch right here, and I'm really watching like this support line here. This Goldman Sachs get a nice move here. Maybe I pussyfooted around this one too much, quite honestly. Microsoft's still not getting bids. You know, when you get a great rumor like that, you want to see a better move. And even this up move from NVIDIA is so unconvincing. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too negative here. Because like we've got no momentum confirmations. NVIDIA broke the pre-market high, couldn't hold it. SPY's trying to get supportive. It's not amazing though. Up 50% on GS here. I'd like to see ASTS give me this move today. The weekly's being so stubborn, man. It's being so stubborn. Give me that pop over yesterday's highs. We did a good job of being patient with Tesla. Got good profits from that position yesterday and didn't chase it too hard. SPY is giving a full breakdown right here. Let's watch under these previous lows. 736 is kind of where I want to start chasing downside and turn my hedge position into a real position. Good profits this morning. Oh, okay. Now we're starting to get a move from ASTS. Did you see that pop? That's a nice pop. That's a good pop. We're going to get a continuation out of Irene as well. 30-minute just pops. Give me a strong move over that pre-market high. I would love that. ASTS premiums still aren't moving that great, quite honestly. Which I don't like to see. Give me over 93. Maybe they start to pop the life. Man, let me look at these. Are these on crazy spreads? What's going on here? I don't want to see that they're tight. Yeah, they're tight. That's tight-ish. And still this ass. Let me set a partial here just in case there's an explosion in price. That then gets sold like yesterday. I'm actually gonna set a partial to be taken here a little bit early. Okay, IonQ actually trying to set up here. 15-minute getting a full reversal. 30-minute also doing the same thing. Okay. I mean, it's set up there for maybe a scalp higher. I don't know if I love it, though. I'm not going to chase this one. I want to see if we get popped and back test, then I'll get in. It's just not very convincing. This is also just still not being very convincing on SPY, quite honestly. This might actually be a short setup. I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to watch. I feel like you got to be so patient here. Goldman Sachs still looks good. NVIDIA might be a short here. You got the early morning pop over the pre-market, kind of look above and fail to it. I'm kind of seeing that broadly across the market right here, quite honestly. There's a lot of stuff that's looking above and failing. Not a huge fan of that. Let's take a look at it in phase again. And show me the 65. And the 15-minute looks good. But should be on watch if 54 breaks. 54 doesn't break. Should get a nice continuation. Defend that, and that means it's super strong. You lose that, I might have to take some more profits and size down a little bit. Good profits. Just continuing to be cautious. ASTS is getting a nice move. These premiums are still trash. It's just they're not moving them, man. You hate to see that. I'm gonna get some music playing. I'm gonna add to my SPY puts for the end of the month. This was a hedge position. I'm gonna do a small add. What's the big news? What is the news? I don't see the news. They're flipping the 15-minute here. Flip the 5-minute here. That's a big news. I don't see the headline quite yet. And the thing is, no reaction from Microsoft, no reaction from Tesla. Who's Amazon kind of back testing the bearish setup? Google still bearish here. Apple leading the way. I don't hate chasing Apple over the previous high. Even here kind of looks okay. I flipped the 65-minute, 30-minute about to fire. I'm going to front run Apple with some weekly small sizing. I'm going to see if I can get... We got 50% on Goldman Sachs Lotto there. Goldman Sachs catching a continuation. Okay. Looks like 15-minute and 30-minute about to get confluence there on Goldman Sachs. So let's look at some weeklies. Holy wide, dude. Is this the look above and fail for SPY? I'm saying, guys, like this is still not convincing for me. They haven't flipped the 65-minute either. I tried to capture some more upside here, but I'm still feeling meh. Let's see if they're still buying the ask on Iran here. I'm curious. No, they're not. Some of this stuff is retracing. I took another. I got the partial fill actually on 50 for 50% on Irene. Was not expecting that alert to go off. That alert went off, and I was looking around like, what? Okay, SPY is actually starting to behave well. All right, move looks real now. Okay, I'll start cutting these. Okay. Um, give me a second, guys. I gotta go on mute. Sorry, guys. I had to take a phone call. I am back. IonQ, like a surprisingly good move. And it's over that key level that we were talking about. Let's take a closer look at this, man. Maybe there's room to chase this. You've got a nice divergence where you've got like room to run here. Quite honestly. IonQ now firing on the weekly, honestly, here. I mean, we've got all the confluence, 65-minute turning. It's just so tough right here. I wish I might see SPY over 430 tonight. Because 743 is when bulls are truly back in control. And right now, a lot of this just looks meh to me. I see that Enphase is catching another pump. I see that Microsoft premiums are actually holding up pretty well. Maybe we'll do some adjustments here. Let's put Microsoft here. Let's put Apple here. It's actually shocking that Microsoft premiums are holding up as well as they are. That thing fully gave up the move, but if the rumor proves to be true, this thing's going to rocket. So I'm shocked to see all this profit taking. It looks like it was just an ugly double top, so it's just a mechanical move. By no means do I think it's a point at which to sell. ASTS doing one of its classic rugs, but they can fully reclaim this move, no problem. So you kind of have to stay wide here. I might be looking to take partial on Enphase on this next leg higher. Let's see if we can get filled for 2.9. Wow, what a move, actually. This should get filled no problem. What's going on? Discord's telling me I got filled there, but I'm not seeing it yet, actually, on my Thinkorswim. What's going on? Is the stream still up? Is my computer crashing? Hello? No? What is going on, guys? Ugliness. I'll give you everything I have. And you have a God complex. My word, dude. The 15-minute here looks like it just wants to keep pumping. That's a really nice 54% return, though. So let's keep riding it. IonQ, a monster. Complex. I'll give you everything I have. What about I will be everything for me. You know, kind of in the background here, we have Memory performing well, and then we have Ford going back in a big way. I do have Ford calls already. Ford setup on the daily is just as good as in phase here. Even with the reset, it's looking so good, man. So I'm watching this one for reclaims. I might even want to move this up to the 1350, and then over 1350 I'll add more to this one. Looking pretty good though here. ASTS still looks good here, defending your bullish EMA, the 9 EMA on the 15 minute. Looking good. SPY still has a lot more work to do. You know, has to reclaim over the pre-market high for bulls to be back in control. Apple taking a breather here. Would have preferred to see a nice continuation, but looking strong. Goldman Sachs still a big standout in my opinion on the day. You get the all-time high break. You're like consolidating at the highs here. Still looks really good. We could look at the 5 minute here. 5 minutes still looks really good. 1 minute still defending key EMAs here. I would like to see the 65 minute flip and get a continuation. Same for the 30 minute. Get the continuation there. We could look at something like the 4 hour. Looking really good. It's running a bit hot, but when you get these big breakouts, it can run hot for a while. Apple kind of back testing here, but market kind of being well behaved. Let's look at the 15 minute. So we've got bottom signals in for the market, like bottoms in for the day. We can get really trendy here, quite honestly. So let's see. The 65 minute still hasn't improved. So that's something to be aware of. I think dips on Tesla here should be good buys. I actually don't like us. We're kind of defending the previous day's highs, but it's not great. Let's see. Maybe they fake out filling the gap down here. I'll set it alert at 450, about 416. And because we got this bounce here, so this is still kind of like setting up a lower high. Let's see if we actually set a lower low down here and then get a bounce through. That would cause an acceleration to the upside. Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. I never seen her get a lot. In phase is crazy. It's up 60%. ASTS is a bitch to trade. I kind of regret it. What the fuck happened while I was looking at CEG? Iran and Oman discussing a permanent Hormuz tool. Is that what caused CEG to plummet? Was that like Iran was going to release a bunch of uranium or something? And now that Iran this morning said that that's not true, it was like speculated yesterday, and that's why we're getting the continuation today. Is that what's going on? I don't know. It's interesting. This looks like an evening star. The video looks like a decent shore setup. I bought some NVIDIA puts. I'm actually front running the actual setup here though, so I bought next week's puts. There's a trigger from NVIDIA. This is an ugly, ugly evening star on Goldman Sachs even here and SPY here. NVIDIA puts up 15% here. I'm getting kind of greedy with my partial. All right, I just got my first partial on NVIDIA here. 17% there. Dude, okay. What the fuck? The way they're taking out these premiums is crazy right now with the call positions. Microsoft green to red, which is wild in my opinion. Watch it spy here. You know, they aren't flipping the 15-minute. If they do, I'm willing to FOMO into some puts here. The video is pretty oversold right here. I might be wanting to take another partial here. But I think I'll be greedy for the bigger idea where this market can puke. Let's keep an eye on the actual strong names and how they're reacting to this. MAN face holding up really well. I don't like how this looks at all on ASDS. It's it like swept the low and is trying to bounce. Show me something on the 5-minute that looks good to keep me in these. I don't think they're gonna do it. Tomorrow might be straight selling, guys. Hold up here. Hold up. I'm out of ASTS here on this bounce. I don't believe it. I'm going to use it as a favorable exit. I'm cutting Apple here. Hey! Don't be chewing on that. That's the Wi-Fi cord. You're your little playful puppy. Playful puppy. These bounces might be good short entries. I'm kind of waiting to see if the 5 minute can, like, basically fail 39 would be beautiful. I'm still holding some bullish positions here, but I am watching to take size on SPY puts. Yeah, look at the way the 10 minute failed. 10 minute looked like it was going to pop to the upside and it failed it. Low probability outcome, but these can turn to big sell days. And even with the 5, if you want to look at this pop right here, it's starting to fail. Dude, if ASTS reclaims the highs, I'm so done with this stock. Like, those premiums did not move at all. And then when it got the down move, they rugged everything out of them. All right, let's see if they fail this. They're trying to flip the 5 minute. They flip the 10 minute. Are we really not done with this, like, miserable chop? No, I want to see if we'll just plunge it here. It's just, like, so frothy. It's so frothy. So frothy. You know, a better pullback would be good here. By no means would it be a bad thing. Or be the end of the rally. I just really don't have good confluence. This probably sets up like after noon. Show me the 1 minute here in the video. They're setting kind of a nice rounded bottom. Starting to fail 39. This could be the short setup. Microsoft is like a mechanical unwinding, man. I wonder, did Meta give up 600? Ah, bitch. Bitch, I was so patient looking for this trade. Why did I not get my alert? I was so patient for this trade too. Why did I not get the alert? Trading View, you dirty dog. Do I not pay you guys enough money to actually make your alert system work? Incompetent. I'm focusing for a second. I'm watching these premiums on SPY. New low on NVIDIA, those puts are doing well. I'm setting next NVIDIA partial for 405. We're up 20% here on these puts. After that move, I'll be down to runners. At 25% here on NVIDIA. I'm going to adjust my partial to 405. Or on 4. From 405 to 4. Jeez, words hard. Not chasing Meta, by the way. I'm going to go and adjust this over. Apple tried to do a full reclaim. Might have been not patient enough with the dailies. I don't know. I think that's a good cut because honestly, I think typically that leads to a continuation. That kind of move that kind of gives up the 9 EMA. It's a weird day already, man. The way they're chopping this up is tough. So I should just be happy with the profits we have right now. Probably not force too much. I would have liked that fill at 4 for NVIDIA. It's fine though. I'm willing to be a little bit more patient on that one. I'm going to take a look at CLSK. It still looks really good. Goldman Sachs trying to give up the full move after the all-time break. Definitely willing to sit in that one a little bit longer, especially if SPY does a reclaim. Especially since I just have a lot of position here. We had 50% and then I rolled it higher into next week's contracts. And they aren't expensive at all. Set a higher low from SPY. Although you're kind of failing this right here right now, but we'll see. Is there a longer trend line here? Kind of. I'm cutting the video down to runners here before I'm not letting them take me in the red on these. Making sure I make some money. We're getting the pop on SPY. They've pumped premium. The longer dated calls on Irene are juiced right now, and they're holding it like really well. Like I might add. All right, guys, it's past 9:30. We're gonna end the stream here. Okay, talk to you guys later.